Once upon a time there was a normal kid called Luke. He would play Xbox, watch YouTube and do his homework until one of his friends started to have problems with their friend. This person was Susan, or as we call her, Susflip. She decided to approach Luke in school one day and Susflip asked the question, "Luke, will you become my lawyer so I can sue Jamma?" This is how the true zesty story of lawyer Luke and Susflip began. On this day, the 18th of January 2023, Jamma got angry at Susflip as she found out that Susan told her friend Ellie that someone had asked her out. Once Jamma found this out, she started to ignore Susan and Ellie to get back at them for keeping this a secret. However, this failed as Susan and Ellie ignored her as well. This made the foot-loving Jamma go ballistic due to having her plan failing and then it happening to herself. After this happened, Jamma blocked Susanna. Later that night when Susan, Norman and I were on FaceTime, Susflip tried to message her enemy but it wouldn't go through, so this meant that she had been blocked. Once finding this devious information out, she messaged her bestie Ellie to get Jamma to unblock her so she can ask why she is so annoyed. After lots of persuading, Jamma eventually unblocks Susflip and they start arguing. Susan decides to ask why Jamma is so annoyed about such a tiny thing. Jamma got annoyed at this comment as she thinks that if Susan was a good friend she would know what's wrong, so she says, "Talk to me when you're actually ready because right now you're just barking words at me." This horrible selfish comment made Susan say, "Yes, I'm a furry. I'm barking." This one single message caused the most horrific message of mankind to be sent by Jamma, and this was, "Fuck off, Susan." With this horrific message sent, Susan starts mocking her by saying, "Naughty word," following with, "What do you want me to say, cuss? If you don't want an apology, what do you actually want from me?" with this message being left undelivered. This is the worst thing possible. With this horrible thing happening, Susan stayed on call till 2 a.m. planning the court case with me. The next day was a Saturday and Susflip decided to message Jamma, and to her surprise she had been unblocked. After finding out this zesty information, she starts to spam Jamma for being a dick yesterday. This led to Jamma coming back with the most devious baddie comebacks of all time. After all the messages between my client and her opponent in court, we headed to the largest courtroom in Plymouth to settle this argument for once. Jamma and her lawyer went up first and accused us of talking about her behind her back and bullying her. When it came to our turn, we showed the judge and jury all the messages sent between Jamma and Susan, as this gave us an advantage due to the fact we had evidence. Once the jury decided that Jamma was guilty, we didn't get any money, but we got a massive apology for her being a really devious, zesty, cheeky little bugger, and now they are besties. The end.